Please welcome writer-director Zachary Fuhrer and Jerry Thompson. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. Right. Was any of this autobiographical?
It was an interesting process in that, so I was hit in the face with a baseball bat accidentally as a 4-year-old, playing a game of backyard baseball with my brother. And so that was like the why is this night different from all other nights sort of Passover question. But it was, the whole process was really like towed the line between documentary and narrative in the sense that a lot of this film was made through improvisation with Jerry and his family and his friends, in that some of the stuff was scripted, but a lot of it was like objective-based, playing games with the kids. So telling Luca, you can't let your sister paint your nails, and then telling Isabella, like, you have to paint Luca's nails.
So Zach drew some of the stuff right there in the moment, so it was almost like a documentarial experience. It was happening. He was creating it at the moment. Oh.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that was pretty real. I still have the stitches that I got done here at Stony Brook Hospital, so.
Sir, yeah. Yes.
I have to talk to legal about that. I have to figure.
ASCAP will get you.
Yeah, I have to figure. Yeah, I have to talk to my lawyer about that. He's up there somewhere. Two of them.
Yes, right here.
Yeah,
are the brothers related?
Yeah, they're my children, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a sister is in there too.
Yeah, so the whole family is, it's Jerry, and I met Jerry through my best friend's mom is actually here, and they worked together at the university, and I lived in Brazil for a bit after college and actually stayed with Julia's parents in Brasilia, so Julia and the kids are there now.
So they're not here today, that's why I'm up here, otherwise they would tell you directly. Yeah, but they're in Brazil.
Yes, sir. Comment on the soft focus.
The soft focus. I mean, the film was shot using the cheapest anamorphic lenses you could get, which they're like 1970s Russian anamorphic lenses, and I think they're pretty cool in that you get that sort of interest. I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing, but you get these cool effects with the shallow depth of field and that sort of soft ovular focus in the background. So yeah,
from Twitter,
anamorphics.
Was it supposed to feel like a documentary?
Yeah, I mean, so I made this film while I was assistant editing a feature-length narrative film called The Light Between Oceans, and it was directed by this guy, Derek Cianfrance. And in that film, we shot like 210 hours of footage for a 2-hour movie. And so anytime there's like, in the dailies for that movie, there's like 40 minutes of Michael Fassbender like digging a grave. And there's maybe 15 seconds of that in the film. And what I learned from those guys was that you really want to try to find the moments where actors stop acting and start just being, essentially. And because I'm an editor by trade, I really enjoyed that whole practice of watching every frame that you shoot and really just trying to dig in and find those unexpected moments within the scripted ones. Because chances are, even if you write a really, really good script, you go in and cut that script and it just doesn't play like it did in your head. So I enjoy that whole rewriting process of editing, and because so much of this film was based on improvisation, it in many ways felt like a documentary. I mean, so much of the dialogue of Craig talking about Mets and Yankees fans are raising, like they get to raise a kid's Catholic, I get to raise them Yankees fans. That's all just they were talking on the deck. So it is very natural verite footage there. They were just having a barbecue. Anyone else? Up there. He's right over there. Yeah. So it's similar. It's a similar scenario. But I mean, you know, my brother and I have a great relationship, and we're also part of the same union now, which is pretty cool. We're both part of the Motion Picture Editors Guild, though he's a sound editor. And yeah, I mean, I think what was cool about this is when we were growing up, we coped with wrongdoing in sort of different ways. Like I remember I threw a lacrosse ball through my mom's friend's car, and instead of my immediate reaction being like, you know, I should go apologize, I locked myself in the bathroom and like forced myself to cry and started feeling bad for myself. My brother would run away sometimes. And so at the core of this movie was trying to understand that moment in your life when you really develop a sense of empathy and become, like, understand why it's important to be empathetic and compassionate, which is something that I think stays with you for the rest of your life. Because if you're not empathetic and you're not a compassionate person, you probably won't have very many friends. Yep. I mean, she was just being real with her kid. I think she was just being honest, giving tough love. Another cool aspect of your family, Jerry, is that you guys, I mean, your kids are all bilingual. Obviously, Julia doesn't normally talk to the kids that way, but yeah, I mean, it was
Only
tough,
the Portuguese part.
Yeah. You know, I wanted the parents to have different parenting approaches, and Jerry be the silent one who was non-confrontational, and Julia to engage. So just tried to capture that, even if it made Julia look a little bit colder.
She's definitely warmer.
Is the older brother
The older
interested
brother,
in
yeah,
acting?
So that's Liam, who yeah, he not particularly. I think he's starting to open up to it a little bit. It was, I think, surprising for him and us how well he did, if I can just say that. We want to encourage him in, but his sister is the one who's the drama girl who really likes acting, and she's totally into it. And Liam, we think, has a latency, and it's hidden, but we're going to try to draw it out.
Our last question from Twitter is, where was it filmed and how long did it take?
So this whole thing was filmed over the course of a weekend right here in Three Village. So it was filmed at the house that you guys were living at, which is
my in-laws' house. So we were living there while our house was being renovated, and so we used that as the location.
And then it was filmed. Yeah, right outside the house that I grew up in. So it was just driving around there. That's where he runs away.
Zach had him running back and forth in front of his old house.
Well, the problem was Liam is a natural athlete, so I was trying to get him to be exhausted after a long run, and he just had too much energy, so we had him doing jumping jacks too.
Jumping jacks. You had him exercising with jumping jacks, then running that length about 3 or 4 times before you got him to the state of exhaustion that would be fitting the mood.
Yeah, that's the problem with kids. They have too much energy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Zachary Fuhr, Jerry Thompson, thank you very much.